Chapter 7, Mishnah 10. The next sin listed in Mishnah 4 that carries the punishment of execution by stoning. Someone who persuades another to worship an idol. This refers to a regular person, not a prophet, who persuades one regular person, not a town of people. Only in that case is the punishment stoning. But if a prophet persuades a regular person, or a regular person persuades a town, his punishment is strangling rather than stoning. An example of how one might start persuading another to worship an idol. He says to him, "There is a god in a certain place. This is what it eats. This is what it drinks. This is how it rewards those who worship it. And this is how it punishes those who do not worship it." The Mishnah presents a stringent law that applies only to this sin. In all the cases in the Torah of people who are liable to execution, we do not hide witnesses to catch them in the act, except for this one. To catch someone persuading another to worship idols, we do hide witnesses. The Mishnah teaches when we hide witnesses and when we do not. If he said to two people that they should worship an idol and they are fit to be his witnesses, there is no need to hide witnesses, because these two will testify against him. They only have to bring him to court, where the judges can try his case and stone him based on their testimony. If he said it to one person, since that person cannot testify against him alone, two witnesses are required, we trick him into saying it in front of two witnesses, as follows. That person says to him, "I have friends who would like to do this." If the persuader then goes and tells that person's friends about the idol, he has sinned before two witnesses and they can testify against him. However, if he was clever and says that he cannot speak about it in front of them because he is afraid that they will testify against him in court, we hide witnesses behind a fence in a certain place. The person to whom he was speaking then brings the persuader to that place and says to him there, "Tell me privately what you said to me before." If the persuader tells him what he told him before, he should respond to him, "How can we leave our God in heaven and go worship wood and stone?" If he takes back his words and agrees that they should not worship the idol, that is fine, and he is not executed. But if he said, it is our obligation to worship the idol, or it is good for us to worship the idol, the witnesses standing behind the fence bring him to court, where the judges can try his case and stone him based on their testimony. The Mishnah gives examples of what a persuader must say in order to be liable to the death penalty. Someone says, "I will worship the idol, and you should do so after me." Or, "I will go and worship the idol, and you should do so after me." Or, "Let us go together and worship the idol." Or, "I will slaughter an offering for the idol's sake, and you should do so after me." Or, "I will go and slaughter an offering, and you should do so after me." Or, "Let us go and slaughter an offering." Or, "I will burn an offering or incense for the idol's sake, and you should do so after me. Or, "I will go and burn an offering or incense, and you should do so after me." Or, "Let us go and burn an offering or incense." Or, "I will pour wine for the idol's sake, and you should do so after me." Or, "I will go and pour wine, and you should do so after me." Or, "Let us go and pour wine." Or, "I will bow to the idol, and you should do so after me." Or, "I will go and bow, and you should do so after me." Or, "Let us go and bow." All these are expressions of persuasion for which the speaker can be put to death. The next sin listed in Mishnah 4. Someone who corrupts the people of a town by persuading them to worship idols. This is someone who says, "Let us go and worship a certain idol." Although a person who persuades an individual is liable even for suggesting that they will act separately, "I will worship the idol and you should do so after me," as taught above, a person who corrupts a town's residents is not liable unless he says that they should act together. "Let us worship the idol."